Alright, I'm gonna go ahead and go through the disassembly process now that I've got these bolts broken loose. Because if it's one thing that I can't stand about uploaded videos, it is when they already have it broken down and you're like, wait, how did you do that? So we went over the paint marks there. We're gonna remove the pressure plate. You see the friction plate on the back of the pressure plate there. Looking all the bolts where they are, just sitting in the pressure plate. Here's the first friction disc here. So I'm gonna take this and I'm gonna flip it over onto the top of the pressure plate here. And then, believe it or not, this is not the flywheel. This is a second friction plate here. Because like I said, it is a twin disc setup. So we're just gonna grab this, and as you can see, this will flip over. Here's more friction area on the back of this here. There is the second friction disc right here. The one that actually sits on the flywheel. So we're just gonna grab this and flip it over here. And what we're doing is we're keeping everything basically lined up like you would if you were rebuilding a transmission. So that all the facings all face the way they're supposed to. Here's the actual flywheel itself. This is not a flywheel that you have to mark or install in any particular pattern. Putting it on here, you just basically get it seated. There it goes. And just kind of wiggled it down until it went on there. I've got my bolt holes lined up. You can see if I turn this, they're not lined up. Turn it this way, they are lined up. There's no special pattern or anything to the teeth out here that has to be lined up, because the crankshaft position sensor, as we went over earlier, is on the crank pulley side and not the flywheel side of the engine. So it doesn't matter what clocking position you install this in, as long as the bolt holes are lined up. And those are those Honda flywheel bolts that we discovered that they included here. It's a Honda part number. These are the bolts that came that are going to be installed on the flywheel. There's the part number, because once again, I hate videos where they're like, hey, this is what they used for this, and then it's like, great, what part number was that, just in case I need that. Here it is right here.